Hey guys, welcome back to Top NBA. Today we're going to go back in time and look at the worst NBA players to win each of the NBA awards. At number 1, Finals MVP Andre Iguodala in 2015. Andre Iguodala was a sixth man and a senior leader for a youthful but formidable Golden State Warriors squad in the 2014 through 2015 season. He was one of the defensive pillars alongside Draymond Green, averaging 7.8 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 3 assists. He appeared in all 77 games, all of which he came off the bench. However, it was evident that Steph Curry was the team's star. With his game-changing three-point shooting, he led the team to a 67-win season and his first MVP award. The Warriors defeated a depleted and wounded Cleveland Cavaliers club in 6 games in the 2015 Finals. Steph Curry averaged 26 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. Until Game 4, Iguodala came off the bench and averaged 16.3 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Iguodala is likely to go down as one of the only Finals MVPs in NBA history to not be inducted into the Hall of Fame, along with Cedric Maxwell, who won the 1981 Finals MVP after a dismal performance by Larry Bird. During that series, Maxwell even led the Celtics in scoring. Iggy clearly wasn't the best player on his squad. At number 2, Dave Cohen's MVP in 1973. The mid-1970s witnessed some lackluster MVP winners as elite talent was split between the NBA and the ABA. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar dominated throughout this time period, winning the award in 1971, 1972, 1974, and 1976. Dave Cohen's was sandwiched between 2 of those victories. The Boston Celtics 6'9" center performed admirably. The club finished 68-14, the best record in the league. The only other teams with 60 or more wins were the Bucks and the Lakers, who were headed by the aging combo of Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West. No one on the opposing team was going to win it. Kareem was suffering from voter fatigue, and both the Lakers and New York Knicks had too many good players. In reality, the media regarded John Havlicek as the true star of the Celtics team, electing him to the All-NBA first team, while Cohen's was named to the All-NBA second team. Cohen's was able to earn the MVP title because he was voted on by the players rather than the media at the time. At number 3, Mark Eden at Defensive Player of the Year in 1989. One of the most difficult awards to bestow is the Defensive Player of the Year award. There aren't many methods to qualify as a solid defender aside from the eye test. Defensive advanced analytics, which are very common today, aren't always dependable, and they weren't available in 1989. If you couldn't tell from the photo, Mark Eden was a huge guy. He was one of the NBA's tallest players, standing at 7'4". He was a crucial member of the Utah Jazz in the late 80s. He was recognized for his shot-blocking abilities, and he led the league in that stat 4 times. However, in 1989, the league's top defensive player was Hakeem Olajuwon, who did not make either of the All-2 defensive teams that season. As a center, he not only led the league in rebounding, but he also averaged 2.6 steals and 3.4 blocks per game. To put that in context, Jimmy Butler led the league in thefts with 2.1, and Miles Turner led the league in blocks with 3.4 last season. Eden won the award in part because the Jazz held opponents to 99.7 points per game that season, which ranked first in the league and made them the only team to go below 100. The Rockets finished 6th, allowing 107.5 points per game to their opponents. It's worth noting that the Jazz also featured Karl Malone and John Stockton, but Hakeem didn't have much company on the Houston Rockets at the time. At number 4, Jamal Crawford wins Sixth Man of the Year in 2016. Jamal Crawford is regarded as one of the greatest sixth men of all time. In fact, he's so prominent in that role that he's essentially changed what it means to be a Sixth Man of the Year. Around 2010, the honor shifted from being simply the greatest reserve player to being who can score the most, owing partly to his scoring heroics off the bench. Lamar Odom did not fit that description in 2011, but the rest of the Sixth Man of the Year winners up to and including today do. Crawford, at 35, has fallen out of favor by 2016. While he had never been a particularly good defender, he was now a liability in that regard. Offensively, he was averaging only 14.2 points per game with poor efficiency, with shooting splits of 40.4, 34, and 90.4. Despite only averaging 7 points per game, he was a bigger part of their success than starting small forward Harrison Barnes. At number 5, Stephen Marbury was named to the NBA All-Star Team in 2000. An All-NBA team selection is regarded as one of the league's finest awards. In theory, unlike an All-Star selection, it is unaffected by a player's popularity. A pick should not imply that a player is among the top 15 in the league or anything close to it. Marbury's 1999 season doesn't even stand out among all selections, yet DeAndre Jordan's 2016 season saw him earn an All-NBA first team due to center position criteria. What was the problem? He was filling in the blanks with statistics. While I don't use that term very often, that's exactly what happened with Marbury. He was averaging 22.2 points per game for the 31-win New Jersey Nets. While more advanced numbers presented him as horrible, even the most basic ones, such as win shares and value over replacement player, revealed that something was off. In terms of win shares, he was 37th, while in terms of VORP, he was 29th. Not only did all of the other true stars outperform him in these measurements, but did random role players like Bo Outlaw, Terrell Brandon, and Darrell Armstrong also did as well. It wasn't even a bad year for guards. Ray Allen, who should have gotten the nod, averaged an identical 22 points per game while leading the Milwaukee Bucks to the playoffs. It's also unclear why Marbury was chosen. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Top NBA, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. We'll see you guys next time.